Tesla Giga Berlin now alarms Brandenburg's government. Economics Minister of Brandenburg, Jörg Steinbach, wants to secure the water supply for Tesla's Giga Berlin Gigafactory in the long term. He assumes still that electric car production in Grünheide can begin soon, although this morning I reported that it will not be the case based on what Brandenburg's public radio yesterday reported. But today, Handelsblatt, a German top publication, reports that the warnings of uncertainties in the water supply of the Tesla's electric vehicle plant in Grünheide near Berlin call Brandenburg's economics minister Jörg Steinbach on the scene with a view to possible further expansion stages of the electric car factory Giga Berlin. Steinbach told the Handelsblatt the supply must and may not be guaranteed by a single water association. It is important to look at the larger interrelationships. This can also mean, for example, that water for Giga Berlin is required from surrounding areas. This is how the water supply can be secured, said Steinbach. The Strasbourg-Erkner Water Association, WSE, which is contracted to supply Giga Berlin with 1.4 million cubic meters of water annually, had questioned a guarantee of supply in a statement for the State Office for the Environment. The association justified its skeptical stance with an ongoing court case by the environmental associations Green League and Nature Conservation Association Brandenburg before the administrative court in Frankfurt Oder. The environmentalists have sued against the water law permit for increased water extraction and also point out that an environmental impact assessment has not been carried out. Steinbach, however, points out that the availability of water requirements for industrial settlements will be checked. If it is sufficient, a contract can be concluded, and if not, solutions must be sought. Tesla has concluded a contract with the Water Association for the water supply in the first phase, and plans are in progress for the following. The head of the WSC Association, the Water Association, Andre Bachler, warned for the first time last year that there would be too little drinking water in the event that the factory would be expanded further. Economics Minister Steinbach pointed out at the time that the problems at hand could be solved and that Tesla Giga Berlin project would not be endangered. Now, association wants to ration water if necessary. What does this mean? In the meantime, the association has decided to ration water for its customers in the future if necessary. This is primarily intended to affect larger individual consumers. Industrial companies are explicitly named by the association because they place proportionally more demands on our network. Water scarcity is increasingly an issue, even though Germany is actually a water-rich country. But in some regions, water is becoming a scarce commodity. The conflicts of use are worsening. The federal government is therefore working on a national water strategy. The Grand Coalition presented a draft for this in summer. So far, it is unclear when the first cars will roll off the assembly line from Giga Berlin. Tesla CEO Elon Musk had said at an open house in Grünheide on October 9 that he wanted to start producing electric cars there by December at the latest. However, the final approval is still missing. Steinbach also expressed confidence in the summer that production would start this year. I hope that the first cars that come off the assembly line will be born in 2021, said the minister in an interview with Handelsblatt in July. Now he explained, even if I cannot give a specific date, I remain optimistic that production can start soon. Meanwhile, work is already underway behind the factory gates at Giga Berlin. Tesla has already produced several Model Y electric cars to test the functionality of its system. The bodies are intended for test purposes in Grünheide or in external facilities, the company said. The parts produced in this way are not allowed to be sold. The official test run in the car factory has not yet started. The Brandenburg Ministry of the Environment also did not specify a point in time for the decision on the approval process. According to a spokeswoman, the comments of critics are still being examined after the online discussions. There are still documents or statements, especially on the area of pollution control and water from authorities, but also from Tesla, she explained. The approval process is ongoing. The Greens in Brandenburg see no need to rush. There had to be a decision that was as legally certain as possible, said the parliamentary group leader in the Potsdam State Parliament, Benjamin Raschke. Therefore, quality is more important than speed. So far, Tesla is building its Giga Berlin factory through early approvals. Environmentalists and residents fear negative consequences for the forest and animals and questioned the concept for dealing with incidents. In an initial discussion held online, they also warned that drinking water in the area could become scarce because of the factory. Tesla had rejected this criticism. The company advertises that the factory uses 250 times less water than the Brandenburg lignite open-cast mine. The water consumption is also below the order of magnitude of the consumption of the Brandenburg cement, paper and chemicals industry, the company explained in October on the occasion of the open house. But this is not about how much water Tesla spends and how much water its competitors, cement or paper companies spend. It's about how much water is available and when is this water coming when Tesla expands to the phase 2 and brings the battery factory for producing its 4680 batteries. In an initial expansion stage, the electric car company Giga Berlin manufacturer plans to produce up to 500,000 Model Y electric crossovers per year with around 12,000 employees. Tesla states that 80% of employees come from Germany, 20% from 50 other countries. The company wants to offer training for 20 professions. This will make the Gigafactory Berlin the largest training company in Brandenburg, Tesla explained in October, and Torque News covered that in our channel. The factory currently employs around 1,800 people. That's a lot of people. With the start of production, the numbers should then be increased. Tesla Group CEO Elon Musk also wants to build a large battery factory in Grünheide. Tesla recently surprisingly waived a possible government subsidy in the billions for the planned battery production. The reason is so far unclear, but I explained that in my previous reports. Tesla is generating a lot of interest in Brandenburg location, friends. Brandenburg's Minister of Economic Affairs sees Tesla as a great asset for the region. We are already noticing a significant increase in interest in the Brandenburg location, said Steinbach. Many of those who knock on our door today did not have Brandenburg on their radar beforehand. The country has become more attractive for industrial establishments, but not only because of Tesla. In the area of electromobility in particular, a lot is happening with BASF, the German-Canadian company Rocktech, and Daimler. Similar to the Shanghai plant, Tesla itself wants to have a large number of its suppliers close by in the region and in Germany, said Steinbach. That strengthens the economic power, creates jobs, and thus also benefits the regions. The Brandenburg Green Parliamentary Group leader Raschke also emphasizes the advantages. The Tesla settlement is putting pressure on other manufacturers to quickly transform themselves in the direction of climate-friendly production and mobility, he said. For us, it is crucial that the infrastructure around the factory is designed as ecologically and sustainably as possible. According to the Greens, the delivery of raw materials and products for the factory should take place by rail, and the journey to work should be done on good cycle paths and in closely timed local public transport system. Well, friends, this is Armen Harayan from TorqueNews.com. Let me know what you think about all these new opportunities. I'm surprised that Tesla Brandenburg's Green Parliamentary Group leader Rashke also emphasized that Tesla settlement is putting pressure on manufacturers to come to Brandenburg and that it's benefiting the region, because we didn't hear this much from the Greens. Green organizations were basically talking against Tesla, but now we're seeing some positive developments in this regard. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. But there is an alarm for Brandenburg authorities, and they need to find places where the water for Giga Berlin will come in the second and third phases of expansion. This is Armen Harayan from TorqueNews.com. Please give us thumbs up if you like this report. Share in social media, I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla and Giga Berlin news. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God bless you, everyone. Peace be with all of you, and I'll see you soon in our next report.